Hello, Internet fans, and welcome to another episode of the Buddies Forever live stream with your hosts, Rotten Roger DeMarco and...
Oh, you didn't know?
Evil and back.
And...
Hello, stream. It's me again.
With the remix on the ones and twos. We are here.
Is that the Crypt Keeper?
Nah, I was like, am I going to do the voice? Am I not going to do the voice?
The
I decided
Megadeth.
to half-ass do the voice, and it sounded like shit. Psycho
What
shit
voice
vicious.
is that?
Well, it was
Oh.
going to be the Megadeth intro to Sweating Bullets, and then I decided not to.
It sounds like the song from Pump Up the Volume.
Hi, Dad. It's me again. I'm in jail.
But
Hello, stream.
Either
It's the
way.
real me.
we are here
No, we're
another
We are not
glorious-
here, actually. We're gone. It won't go back.
Another
Hey, it came
glorious
back.
Friday night. We're here, and we're still trucking through Texas, if you will. And I think it's time, Evil. It's time for us to talk about our favorite Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I've been giddy about this all week, so let's fucking do this. You want to give the people at home a brief plot synopsis? We've got Christopher Harris, Snarls Barkley, Jesse, Matt O'Brien, JKS, 80s horror fan, Apple Juice. Is that the... Mr. Apple Juice. I feel like I know Mr. Apple Juice. But either way,
I know apple cider. That stuff's pretty good this time of year.
it is
Starting to-
delicious.
We literally have done the last two live streams just as fodder just to get to this week. So we really just wanted to talk about this one because this is our favorite. This is when the Texas Chainsaw Massacre goes full 80s slasher with metal music in it.
Mm-hmm.
The Saw is definitely family.
Oh, we got a $5 super chat with it. Roger, have you ever been mistaken for a young Franco Columbo? Hey, I don't know who the fuck that is, all right? I'm not no fucking Franco Columbo.
You ever been mistaken for a man?
Have you? All right. Evil's got to
Not
take a little...
Franco Columbo, but if you look it up, remix, I swear Roger's wrestling doppelganger is a guy called the Repo Man.
Apparently, I look like the Repo Man. We
Look
got
up
Lydia in the house.
And you'll be like, holy shit, it's Roger with the mask on.
We got the... Lydia says we got this Texas journey in the bag. Well, we don't need to go any further. This is the end of Texas as far as I'm concerned.
But there's so many more movies.
And you know what? We'll get to them eventually, but like Evil said, we've been just journeying so we could get to this movie. I know I was real rough.
Like I
Go
say,
ahead.
we were just talking off air about Halloween 2018 having the new formula of movies going the first movie and then jumping to a random sequel and ignoring all the middle ones. Is this one of the first movies to actually do that? Because this one kind of retroactively takes up immediately after the first movie, and they kind of ignore part two entirely.
Yeah, I think you're right that this might be one of the first franchise films to do such a thing. But I do want to apologize. Because last week I was pretty rough on 2, and I know that upset a couple people. People were like, I really like 2. I can't believe you don't like 2. And, different flavors of popcorn for different folks. I totally get it. So a lot of you that are watching us tonight might not like 3 as much as we do. So allow us to attempt to sway you in that direction of the fun that this movie is.
You're wrong, and we're going to explain to you why.
But you're pretty spot on about this. Now, I've always been a little confused about this, where it stands in the timeline. Now, because you could watch this as a standalone. This could technically be a reboot. But, like you said...
Yeah, off to reboot.
Yeah, but it's more of a sequel to the original and, totally bypasses the second one. And what we get with this movie is director Jeff Burr, and Remix, would you say this was a $2 million budget? About a $2 million budget. Jeff Burr stepping up to the plate.
That's in, 1990 money?
Mhm,
So that's
89
probably-
when they
that's
filmed
probably-
it.
That's like $100 billion today.
100 billion. And, the great thing about this movie, I mean, we talked about it last week with 2, how it had, Bill Moseley, Dennis Hopper, Jim Seedow. It had kind of like the who's who of like weird, quirky B actors, character actors. But this movie, the cast for this movie is so fucking amazing that like you just kind of have to see it to believe how awesome the cast is.
And probably another reason we might not have seen any bits or clips from the previous movies, Friday the 13th style, is this is when New Line Cinema acquired the rights to the Texas Chainsaw franchise. So now this was the first like acquisition under New Line's belt to add to their list of icons. And they started off with that trailer for this, where we have Kane Hodder just making the rounds to be all the icons in some way, shape, or form. But we have Kane portraying Leatherface in the Excalibur level teaser trailer they had for this movie.
Let me just say, I fucking love that teaser trailer so much.
That's pretty good.
It's on the same level of Jason Takes Manhattan's teaser trailer. Like,
absolutely,
it's that kind of dope. Like, it's not for everybody, but it's for us. You know, JK 80s horror fan with a $10 super chat says Franco Columbo is a friend of Arnold, who was in the Terminator, the one that broke through the door where the pick of Sarah gets burned. He also helped train Stallone.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is definitely in the Terminator, so I can back this up.
No. I totally know you didn't mean any disrespect, dude. So I appreciate that. If I look like a dude who can double for Schwarzenegger, I'm totally cool with that. Because I kind of have the old man Schwarzenegger look going on. Remix tells me that all the time.
The very old man Schwarzenegger look. You look like you're like 13.
Oh, listen to me. Don't need to tell you.
The Repo Man? Did you see how the Repo Man looks?
But let me jump back into this when I was talking about the cast, because we briefly touched on it last week when we were talking about 2. This movie starts out with a very small, actually uncredited cameo by Carolyn Williams, who plays Stretch. She literally has no lines of dialogue. She kind of steps in front of the camera. She's now this news reporter. She takes a puff of a cigarette. She puts the cigarette out. So it's just to kind of tie that world together, even though it forgets about 2, essentially. So there is a tie-in to 2.
So you believe she's playing Stretch evolved now into news reporter, or?
I think so. I think that was the intention of Jeff Burr. And another thing, when it comes to Jeff Burr, you know, he came into this movie bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and really
eyes and had the world in front of him, and
really looking forward to taking the reins to this franchise.
Robert Shade has fucking ruined him.
Well, there was so many hands in the cookie jar with this movie, you know, breathing down Jeff Burr's neck about every decision he made, so much so that at the end of production, he basically got into a screaming match and said, you know, I want my name off the fucking movie. But what had happened was while they were filming, they were editing simultaneously, and they had they had that picture lock on that first reel with the credits, so they couldn't take his name off it. Otherwise, it'd probably say Alan Smithy. You know what I mean? It would be one of those type of deals.
Tried to Smithy himself. And
Jeff Burr is a super talented dude. Jeff Burr's done some of our favorite popcorn stuff. So
this, I'm sure. I'm curious what he would think if we brought him this to get signed. If he would even, if it's like when I took Knights of Badassdom to Joe Lynch, and he's like, not my cut.
Yeah,
Joe Lynch.
Well, and but again, we're biased because we didn't know as kids what was on the cutting room floor with this movie, right? So, to the director and to the writers, I'm sure that this has strayed from their vision, you know, and it's not exactly what they wanted. But to us as kids and now as adults, I don't have any pacing issues with this movie. I don't ever feel like lost in the story. I feel like it moves along. It's so like heavy metal and fun, and it manages to be silly and scary at the same time without like lowering itself to part 2 style, you know, in my opinion.
it's fully embracing the time frame it's in, because this is in the Dream Child and Takes Manhattan, so it's in that, like, all right, it's silly, and it's getting ready to severely drop down a whole hell of a lot, but we're gonna have fun on this way down. This is the most commercial, I feel, of the series.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you put on any other movies, like, you almost got to be like, okay, let's do it. But this was just fun. You can put this on anytime. I have never gotten an argument when I went to go put in, we're gonna watch Texas Chainsaw. Leatherface, fine. Like any other ones, it's like, really?
You got to strap in for them. You know, this one is just a popcorn fun movie. And again, the cast, right? Kind of the who's who. Viggo Mortensen.
Yeah.
Viggo Mortensen actually got his role in this movie 2 days before shooting, because the guy who was supposed to play Tex, something happened and he was unable to honor the contract or whatever, and Billy Butler was already signed on to play the role of Ryan, and he went to the casting director and said, hey, my buddy Viggo would totally do this. And yes, that very one. And the casting director actually yelled at Billy and said he would never lower himself to do this. And Billy said, well, let me give him a call and we'll see. And he came and he fucking murdered in this movie, dude. Like, there's like a seedling of how great Viggo Mortensen was going to become was in this movie. Because between him and Alfredo, actually the whole family, him, Alfredo, Tinker, like, they're all great. There's no one in the family where I'm like, get him out of here.
Tinker totally reminds me of one of my dad's friends who was like a concrete, like, worker guy. Like, all I see when I see Tinker is like, you should be laying concrete right now. Like, what's he doing?
So pretty. The glow. Snarls with a $9.99 super chat says festival funds. That's right. Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. Every super chat now, you know how for the past 7 months we were saving money to make our movie. Well, now our movie's made and we're going to submit it to festivals. So this money is not going to go.
We'll watch it.
Damn right. But either way, let's get back to that cast again. Billy Butler.
With the Elm Street tie-in, going back to Tinker slightly, is like, he's also in the first Elm Street. He's Garcia, the cop who just wants to work the night shift so he can get peace and quiet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he is. And he is a fantastic character actor. Steals the show in this movie. But
lives, apparently, I think.
I think they all die, because he tells them, he says, break out the big skillet. I'll be in hell for breakfast, because he got shot in the face and shot in the stomach and he's bleeding out. But spoiler alert. Sorry. But
lived.
Billy Butler, who is the self-proclaimed boy next door of horror. If you look at his acting resume, he's always kind of one of these dorky, yuppie type dudes almost. But he's great in this movie.
I do want to pick your brain a little bit about that, his role and relationship in this movie, because he and Kate Hodge are a couple that are breaking or broken up.
On the verge of, I think they're going to try and stay together, but she's going off to do.
They make it sound like once they go into their separate ways, like all right, we're going to call it a day. So like they're in the process of breaking up while on a road trip across the country. Mm-hmm. I've taken a road trip with my wife, which I love, and we've almost come to blows on a road trip. I can't imagine taking a road trip with someone I'm getting ready to dump.
Only one of us is coming back. It's a lot of desert out here.
Which does warrant him, like in his first scene, wearing earbuds on a road. There's only two of you in the car. Like, it's a total dick move to put on headphones.
The reception shit. Well, so's this conversation. I
would kick his ass out. Like, there's just two of us here, and you're listening to headphones.
Mm-hmm. while I'm fucking scrumming through Jesus talk on the radio. But and then, you know, obviously the lead, Kate Hodge. She is, without a doubt, one of the best final girls in, well, obviously in this franchise, but across horror in general. That at the end when she has her kind of breaking point.
Oh, you can see her evolution to madness.
Mm-hmm. She's so good. She's a very likable, sweet girl, but then she has that Ellen Ripley switch, you know? She doesn't...
I think she just mentally breaks. Because you start where she accidentally hits an armadillo, and she can't, bring herself to finish it off. Billy Butler has to be the big man and come and kill this armadillo. So they bring that back full circle at the end, where now she's like combing her hair with a blade. She's like, I can kill multiple people now. Smash a dude in the head with a rock, no problem. Double barrel this gas station attendant, no problem. There's roadkill all over Texas.
You sick fucker! Strange Monkey says Joe Bob was pissed about this one being shot in Texas instead of California. I think that's backwards. Shot this one in California because and the other thing too was they were like wicked close to an amusement park like Magic Mountain or some shit.
I wanted to at some point see if I could isolate some of the audio or just turn it really fucking high up to see, because there's, I guess Jeff Burr at times has said you can hear people on roller coasters during some of the scenes, because it's also the weirdest. Like, it's supposed to be Texas, but we can go from
desert,
just dirt desert roads, and then we're in a fucking like jungle,
swamp,
swamp lands and shit. Like, we went from Nevada to Louisiana, like that.
And you know what? Sure, that is a big problem, and Strange Monkey is right that Joe Bob. A lot of people kind of hate on this movie for that location stuff, but again, I'm going back to me being a preteen or very early age teenager watching this movie, and when you're a kid who obviously doesn't know shit about geography, I just go with it, you know?
Yeah, I just figured this is what Texas was fucking like. Just like I thought in New York City there was this hookers and people ready to mug you on every street corner.
Gotta slang us some more cane, JoJo.
Yeah, that's just how it is. So in Texas, like, just drive 5 miles and you'll be in a swamp. 10 more miles, you'll be in dry lands. It's like Fury Road out there.
Strange Monkey with a $5 super chat says, I got that backwards. Yeah, no worries, we got you.
I think that Joe Bob wants everything filmed in California instead of Texas.
Oh, good Lord. Stay out of California. Nothing but assholes in California. But the other person in this movie who obviously Evil and I have a strong affinity for, we have named our award after him, and that is the character of Alfredo. So I'm going to go ahead and get it out of the way because it doesn't go anywhere else. My Alfredo Award goes to Alfredo. And if I could give this award to Alfredo for every movie, I would.
You can't not give the man it's named after the award in this movie. He is the best part. And any review I've ever heard people do of this movie outside of us, everyone's like, even they love or hate it, everyone across the board is always like, that guy is great to watch.
Tom Everett, one of the most underrated character actors of all fucking time.
Plays like a super straight-laced politician type and other things. I always remember him as like the politician who hates skateboarding and Triple X.
I always remember him in he's James Earl Jones' assistant in Best of the Best. That help him put together the fucking karate team. Studying tape and shit.
I'm about to get a whole team and a dinner, boss. I'm about to be a good team together. This guy here, he bites people on the ears. If you get on a team right here. He's been banned from boxing. I think he would be on a team. And,
we were talking about this kind of being that heyday of New Line Cinema and whatnot. And so 89 it was filmed, was released in 90. And this film was not without its fair share of trouble when it came to the MPAA. I believe it was submitted something like 11 or 12 times and just kept getting cut back and cut back and cut back and cut back. So much so that I just finished reading William Butler's book, which I posted in our Discord. If you guys are fans of learning behind the scenes stuff and want to read about the crazy shit that goes on in Hollywood, I can't recommend that book enough. But he talks about how they filmed a scene very Terrifier-esque. So he gets hit in the head with the sledgehammer. He's upside down. They strip him naked and chainsaw him from crotch to head, and his fucking guts, and because they're making, they're getting him ready to turn him into meat, and that is on a cutting room floor somewhere, and I would fucking kill for it. How fucking dope is it that this movie did the Terrifier kill before Terrifier? I'd never seen anything like that before Terrifier. Yeah, so ball sack and dick straight down the...
He's strung upside down like Django Unchained.
Ugh. Yeah, so that's one of the things that was...
That even just saying it, like, I would have just immediately, like, just cut this. So, like, there's no way in hell, probably for another 12 years, I might be able to get this done.
And Billy Butler said, despite him being in a ton of horror films, and that kind of being his bread and butter, from acting in them to producing them to fucking writing them and directing them, working on this movie made him sick to his stomach, and he would have to, like, get down out of that harness and go throw up because of all these intestines and stuff. Like, it really bothered him. And I don't know if he didn't elaborate on whether that was a temperature type of deal, if it was real meat that was used for the intestines or whatever, but he said it just really made him sick. And so I would assume that it had to do with a temperature, because, being hot and being around rotting meat under a bunch of lights, probably not ideal, especially hanging there naked. I don't know.
I don't know how they would have thought that was ever going to fly. Like, him just being strung up naked on its own, like, MPA can't handle it. Like, we can't handle seeing penis in 1990.
Yes, more penis in horror.
More penis in horror, but we can't handle that right now. This is 1990. We can't just have a dick hanging upside down in a movie.
Yes, we can. What? Ask the Italians. Christopher Harris says this is the most
far from Italian,
right? The most underrated sequel I've ever watched. And it's weird too, because Evil and we've talked about this a lot. There's a commentary for this movie on the channel way back in the day, but there's never anybody. I've never met anyone who goes, it's okay. You know what I mean? Like, you either are like Evil and I are, or you're like, fuck this movie. I've never met anyone who's like, yeah, it was just okay. Like, I guess it's all right. So it's very fanatical. Polar opposites, I guess.
It's a polarizing movie in the series. And to go back to your talking of casting, we have not yet discussed the man on the cover of this movie, good old R.A. Mihailoff, which we got to meet a number of years back. And you might know him more recently in Hatchet 2 as one of the like bounty hunter types. He's a big fucking heavy-duty bald dude who gets cut in and, like, decapitated from the jawline.
Yeah. He is massive.
Vertically curb stomped of sorts. He is. He a former pro wrestler. I believe he had a gym or has a gym where he has several guys there. Which, oddly, I didn't talk to him at all about fucking Leatherface when I met him. I was just like, what are these wrestling photos? And just talked about that so much that I think he took a liking to me to give me a free autograph of him as a wrestler. He called me the Crippler. In retrospect,
you don't want to be. You don't want to be. Yeah, you don't want to be associated with that.
A little bit too close. Yeah, but awesome guy. Super fun. He even that year he signed my wife's chest. We gave him a marker and he signed one breast. This is R.A. Mihailoff, and I'm like, yep.
Mm-hmm. Dude, yeah, he's amazing. He's a big, gentle giant, but I'll tell you, and I've said this, I've gone on record with this, I love Gunnar Hansen. Nothing wrong with Gunnar Hansen, but for my money, there is not a better Leatherface than the Leatherface in this movie. And that all goes back, I think, we were discussing it last week. We were talking about the look of Leatherface looks like Tom Savini sculpted it. You know what I mean? It looks like you can go... I don't want to insult it and say like a Party City mask or something, but you know what I mean? It looks like a mask.
They're Trigger 3 Studios, man.
Yeah, that you can go purchase. And the difference here, again, is this mask is like thin, it's like moist, and it's like...
It's a bit more crude. We're getting slightly back to that crude, real-like element to it.
And that's K&B effects, and it looks so good. And so that overall package of Leatherface in this movie, with he's got the knee brace, he gets the, it's almost like he's really coming into his own as a big franchise slasher villain. Not only does he have a chainsaw, but then he's got like the little mini blade. You know, it's like he's got trinkets and tools and yeah. And then they've got all the booby traps and all this stuff. It really feels like when they were sitting down and writing this movie, they were like, let's get everything that you need to create a successful franchise villain. Let's really put our best foot forward with this and give them all these little trinkets and all this little stuff. Bring the family back, but make Leatherface the focus of the mayhem again, which is where this film shifts gears from the second one and makes it so much better, in my opinion.
I agree. And going back to the knee brace thing, it was only something we noticed like the last time you and I sat down together and watched this. But
I know where you're going. Go ahead.
After the sequence where they have the flat tire and they're changing the tire and Kate Hodge has the flashlight and she keeps hearing something, and they cut to just the leg and you can hear like the metal squeaking on his knee brace. So she's taking the flashlight and she's shining it out in the street going, I hear something.
You better hurry up. Yeah.
They do it like 3 times, and the third time, if you're looking close, you see him, and it's like, ugh.
Yeah, because she shines the light, but then he says something, so she turns to answer him, and that light barely hits him.
And for like 30 years, I never saw it. And the last time I heard someone else, like a Horror 101 podcast listened to, they're like, that third time, you can see him. I'm like, let me look. And they're like, shit, you can see him.
And that's when you know he's about to, like, he's right there. So so that jump scare, it's so much more impactful because you're like bracing for it, you know, like it's gonna happen. When's it gonna happen? Then
he pops up with this fucking saw, just saws the shit. I love this. This is where Billy Butler has stunt credits. Like he does this fucking cop like roll across the back of the car. Like straight up like he's channeling the Beastie Boys music video. And,
sabotage.
Yeah, he's sabotaging the fuck out of the scene. And then a totally believable moment, like they're getting ready to take off, and R.A. just pulls the fucking bumper off this car
trunk
with his hands.
It's the trunk.
The whole trunk, the whole. Either way, he pulls off a part of the car, bare hands, and just throws it. It's like, Jesus Christ.
He got the trunk.
I'm just thinking of like License to Drive, where they actually deliver this car with no back to it, chainsaw marks all over it, rolled 3 times. Like, oh, we were actually going to give you that car. I had some trouble with your wheels too.
Yeah, and another thing that I learned in Billy's book is that a lot of the time that chainsaw had a chain on it. So
like a whole blade. That was
yeah,
actually in it.
Yeah. So
blade off for all the YouTube videos of parents like traumatizing their children by waking them up with a chainsaw and taking the blade out.
Hey, Barry, you want to see my new chainsaw and hockey mask? Yeah. So he had some trouble because, you know, man, that's a real chainsaw. It's getting real close to my face. And then also where they shot, they had a dude there that was like, before they would roll, they kind of had their, like, what's the dude from Wild Boys that's not Pontius?
Steve-O?
No. Their like animal handler dude with the long hair, whatever his fucking name is.
Manny.
This production basically had their own Manny. So before they would roll, you know, he'd go out there with like a stick and he's looking for rattlesnakes and fucking alligators and shit. So like, you know, that way the actors would be safe. So Billy Butler was fucking terrified. You know, I'm gonna roll down this hill and I'm gonna get bit by a rattlesnake or some shit. So they had to.
Poison. Already stuck out the poison. It bit me on the ass.
So they had that to deal with, which, you know, that sounds real fun. Like 2 minutes ago, when you walked down there with your stick, there wasn't a rattlesnake, but now, you know, we've set up lights and you want me to fucking roll down this hill or whatever. That'll be great. Let's not get bit by dangerous wildlife.
Is this hill over here clear, Manny? It was a half hour ago.
And so they narrowly escape Leatherface, and then they almost get into a head-on collision with the man, the myth, the legend.
Ken Force.
Yes, sir. Good old Ken Foree himself. I haven't looked at my DVD to see if his name is misspelled, but I know he is on your poster. But
got a rare Leatherface poster back here with a misprint on it. Only 100 or so in circulation. I just want to take a gander. Yeah,
the
Ken Foree playing the sweetest militia man on Earth.
Right.
Like, he is straight up a weekend military militia guy with lots of guns, ammo, and damn near tranquilizer level drugs on him too, just in case shit goes south.
Yeah, just in case, you know.
He knock somebody the fuck out.
Which where's his crew that he's supposed to meet up with? Like, how far away are they?
Right, like that should be the end of this movie. Is like he almost gets it, and then a cavalry scene shows up where it's like Henry the Red with bazookas and shit. Play that end song, you know, from Commando.
Thank you, generous host. We got Dr. Rudeness in the house. Old Tito, look over here. Yeah, so Ken Foree comes in. He's gonna save the day.
Saving the day,
dude. And I love Ken Foree and everything he's in, but again, we're just partial. We're so partial to this movie, right? Like, because you expect him to be the saving grace, like he's the hero, but he really doesn't save anything until maybe near the final reel. But in the original cut, he gets killed. Like, he clear as day is getting killed in that swamp, in the body pit.
Yeah, he dies, which, I mean, shit, even if he did survive all the bacteria and shit from just waiting in that would cabin fever the fuck out of anybody.
Yes.
But, I was going to say, that scene is what I put as my favorite kill of the movie is Ken Foree, because he might be the only one in film history who dies, and people giving the reviews of the movie like him so much, they're like, I guess we'll just bring him back. Mm-hmm. So he cheats death from people reviewing the movie and shows up at the end as like, it's me, it just grazed me. He's the first LL Cool J. Like,
it's true.
Cool, it grazed me.
Yeah, you got shot there's a fucking 7 gallons of blood next to your body, and you're gonna show up in the last reel. The
back of his head looks like hamburger. Like it looks like he's been chainsawed the fuck out of the back of his head. So that is my vote for my favorite kill of this movie is Ken Foree, because he cheats that shit and still lives.
Well, mine,
what the makers want.
My favorites, my kind of death is going to be for Billy Butler. You know, gets caught in the bear trap, which was a real bear trap. They didn't use a rubber one. They just fucking gently clamped this real bear trap on his fucking leg, which is hilarious.
We filed down the edges of this bear trap and we put 3 extra thick socks on Billy Butler's legs, so should be cool.
He'll be cool. Yeah. and so we're led to believe
We
that
make
he gets
this movie shit.
that he gets chainsawed off screen and dies, but he's still clinging to life, hanging upside down. And little Jennifer Banco, which here's our other tie-in to Friday the 13th Part 7, because she plays young Tina Shepard in Friday the 13th Part 7, which Billy Butler was also in, and obviously Kane Hodder was. But she pulls this little lever and a sledgehammer swings down and cracks his noggin. And even in the unrated cut,
Still
which
pretty
is
good.
it's great, but you still don't see that impact necessarily. So
Yeah. Which I'll just put it on Bob Shea as my Gwildor Award recipient for the butchering job of the editing down of this thing and just the oversight on Jeff Burr. So multiple hands in that cookie jar trying to get their take on Jeff Burr's film. Fuck y'all get Gwildor.
you know what? This is the first time in my life I have no Gwildor Award. None.
I had to fight to be like, what in the world? Who the fuck do I give it to? Because there's
You
nobody
can't.
in the movie I dislike. There's nobody I would give it to. So
The only person I was like, maybe, was the mother of the family. But she's fucking great. And it's a nice change of pace to have a mother instead of the cook.
actual female, not a bunch of dudes.
Yeah, it was nice. And she does a great job of, like, she's a peacekeeper, and she's kind of sweet, but she's also very dangerous, you know?
That weird fucking salt shaker top on her as her voice box thing. Like, yeah, it's weird, but it's good. Yeah, everybody is good. The only close I could make as a second for my Gwildor would have been Billy Butler's, like, his character traits. Like, kind of a shitty guy, just because of that whole road trip aspect of it. I'm like, oh, what a dick! But I couldn't do it. So I was like, you know what?
What a dick.
People editing this thing.
But dude, again, with our absolute admiration and love for this movie, I think another thing that elevates it so much is the fact that it's so well written. It's so quotable. And I know, like, you're rolling your eyes. Everyone watching is going, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3 is well written, right? Like, Jesus Christ. But, like, man, I quote this movie on a fucking daily basis. I almost, when you were talking about the mom, ruckus, my nap is just a goner. Like, all that shit is just...
Shit, tongue, or do you first?
Oh, fine. Another toy. Like, everything is perfect.
When everyone watching, all sensational 7 of you, when you
Magnificent 7, damn it.
when you pick up your copy of Tapehead, you will see where our Texas Chainsaw 3 Leatherface influence hit in our movie. You cannot mistake it. It's clear as day. So yeah, this is the most quotable, the most fun of the series. This is where prime Texas Chainsaw Massacre is. It's either very heavy, or it's too off the rails silly, or you're back to, it's kind of like a heavy duty, like Hellraiser. Like, it's a stiff drink. You can't really have a stiff drink too early in the day necessarily. Not on a Monday or a Tuesday. Like, but this can go down. This is a light beer. This shit can go down anytime, smooth, easy. No problem.
Just like Hellraiser 3. Getting that franchise back on track, damn it.
Just wait for that day, too, because we'll be doing Hellraiser 3, the best Hellraiser movie. Come fight us about that. Same reason, too, as why this is. Now I'm regretting not... Early spoiler, I did not make Hellraiser 3 my tie-in, but now I'm wishing I'd had.
Well, shit. That would have been a perfect tie-in, dude.
Could have been, but not what I picked.
I think, another thing about this movie is, and whatever with the editing or whatever is cut out, but again, it never drags, right? It's very fast-paced. There's never, like, a lull in the movie where you check in your watch or you're fucking, like, scrolling through your phone, like, this is not captivating me, Yeah,
there's no spots of looking at your phone or where I will in my head go, there's no in my head where I'll take like a deep breath of like, okay, we're at that kind of scene.
Mm-hmm.
It just keeps fucking going. This does the dinner scene better.
Yeah.
If I could say it better, because it's you never really get to the dinner scene. We just get to the nailing her fucking hands into a chair, which is a little bit rubbery, but still, it's like it's unnerving to pull that shit up off the chair. But they shorten it and kind of make it super snappy and doesn't take like I feel like that dinner sequence in the first movie takes forever.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's great.
But it's very long.
Yeah, and then the dinner sequence in the second one is just slurpy booty and all the yelling.
I don't know what. Yeah, I don't. It's just a mad circus for the second one, and right when the dinner sequence would happen for the third one, Ken Foree shows up with a fucking M16 and just starts laying waste to the family.
I love that
yelling.
he doesn't even aim. He just fucking.
Oh, he straight up commandos that shit. You just kind of left to right it and hope for the best.
Because he's trained. So if he would just aim, he could have taken them all out real quick.
Like, this is
okay.
There's no such thing as aiming. You just fucking just hip
Hip
fire.
fire.
That shit and you hit. Watch Commando. Arnold never fucking aims. He just straight does this motion and can hit guys 40 yards away, dudes on rooftops,
Guys on the ground.
Yeah, does not fucking miss. Aiming did not become cool till John Wick started doing it.
That's true. Yeah. The action stars of yesteryear never fucking aimed and also never reloaded. That's.
Well, you put in God mode and you just fucking go, man.
But
Now
Ken Foree does run out of ammo. It's important to go. Let's rewind a little bit to when Ken Foree first realizes Kate Hodge and Billy Butler are not full of shit, because when he saves them from the wreckage, they're like, "We got to get out of here. These guys with chainsaws, they're trying to kill us." Yeah, militant lumberjacks. I see them all the time. So he drugs them so they can rest, which if you have a concussion, I don't think sleeping, that's never been the answer. So you're going to sleep.
1990, you're like, just lay down, you'll be fine.
Yeah, sleep forever.
Yeah. just might make you a little sleepy. This is my homemade brew here. Knock you right the fuck out. But it'll help. You won't remember you have pain at all.
And so he goes up to the road to kind of flag down any passersby for help. And he comes across Joe Unger, who plays Tinker. And he gets his first... It's an awesome scene because it's funny with the banter of dialogue that goes back and forth. But it's also a very unnerving scene because he's slowly realizing I am in big trouble.
It's that formula that's very Texas Chainsaw, like playing with their food is what it is. They're like, oh, we got somebody, and we're gonna why just kill him? We can just drag this out a bit and enjoy it. And yes, Camp Facer, Commando is great, and it will be a live stream one way or another because that is one of my favorite movies of all time.
We love Commando. And Matt says, are we fans of John Wick? Well, I know two of us are. I don't think Remix is much of a fan of the John Wick films, but Evil and I are. We're on that bus, man. The bus that wouldn't slow down.
I love it, but that's a descending series. Like that starts out the strongest with 1, and then goes down a little bit with 2 and 3. I like them; they're great fucking movies. But if I'm ever gonna pull one off the shelf, I just keep going back to the first one
because it's fucking gangster.
It is.
I'm watching reruns of Mike Tyson's fights. I saw you guys were live instead. Yeah, double windows. Watch some Mike Tyson fights. They'll be over real quick. They usually are. Not until.
Unlike our live stream, which is never over quick, it's always a good at least 2-hour show, if not longer.
This will not be over quickly, and you will not enjoy it.
Yes, we're the equivalent of 3,000 Mike Tyson fights, probably.
That's true.
Man,
another
Mike Tyson in one of these movies. Maybe Mike Tyson could have been the militia guy that Ken Foree's meeting up with.
Yes. See? Yeah. Sign me up.
What kind of gun would Ken Foree have, though?
What kind of gun did he have?
Or not Ken Foree. What kind of guns would Mike Tyson have when he meets up?
Doesn't need any, baby. He's just...
He's got to have something. Maybe he's got, like, the like blade. He's got like projectiles that shoot out of his fucking fists. So he punches you technically, but like a little disc like flies out and cuts you up. Maybe
He's the Predator from Predator 2.
What the hell are you?
I did want to say that we were talking about how this movie kind of metals it up, right? This is a funner. It feels heavy, but it also maintains this popcorn tone.
It has the weirdest That's got the weirdest metal music scene, but I love it.
You're talking about Ken Foree versus Viggo.
Yes,
I like liver and onions.
It's still kind of out of place, but I'm like, okay.
Yeah, we're in this, man. We're gonna rock, and that's one of the things I wanted to talk about was how metal this is, because this movie has a fucking killer soundtrack.
Have the soundtrack.
I do. I have this soundtrack on cassette, but it without that music, like you said, it does seem it's a little jarring during that fight scene. But if you put it with it, I call it a score in a can. You know what I mean? If you just put your fucking standard like J.J.A. Brahms and whatever this other wussy score to it, I don't think it would be as dope as it is. It's very like, that guitar comes like, and the swinging the axe and the fucking slow motion gasoline. Dude, it just screams metal.
It's jarring, but it's super fucking awesome. Not like the dust that's on Ken Foree's nose, which just looks hilarious to me and bothers me. Like, he just looks ridiculous with his.
Like he's got sunscreen.
Yeah, he looks like he's channeling what's her name from Tremors a little bit there.
Oh yeah.
And he gets run over by that truck and just gets dusty as shit. But yeah, he lights Viggo Mortensen on fire. Which I would love to know how many times, if ever, Viggo has had to sign an autograph. I like liver and onions and pain.
If I meet Viggo, I'll make him sign History of Violence. I like liver and onions, just to confuse him.
Nope, he's signing my Leatherface, and I'm like, I never watched your walking movie trilogy, but I love you in this as Tex. I wish you'd call me Tex.
I'm sorry, boy. God damn it, I'm sorry.
That right there, that scene is the equivalent of in the first one. Look what your brother did to the door.
Mm-hmm.
I just love I'm sorry, boy. God damn it, I'm sorry.
It's so good.
It's such a weird, just like family argument.
And the other thing too, like which you don't notice, like when I was a kid, I never noticed it on VHS, but now on DVD, which I do need to upgrade. Warner Brothers put out like a DVD or a Blu-ray on demand that you can order for like $8. But Viggo Mortensen's during the dinner sequence, he's got that apron on. His fingernails are painted.
I've noticed that. Like, yeah, he's like kind of like toying with that that aspect that Leatherface generally takes the reins for, which they just sidetracked all of that and it's made Leatherface just a brute force that I guess that's another like plot line that's kind of dropped a little bit is that Jennifer Banco is Leatherface's kid. Like, oh, he makes the best babies.
Mm-hmm. They briefly discuss that. There's so many good, weird, quirky dialogue things in this movie, and not cranked up to that chop top 11. You know what I mean? Like when the mom is talking about like, we knows what to do with them parts. Cut my own out years ago. I did. Like talking about cutting off the hoo-haws and fucking cutting off the dicks and
took care of papas too.
Mm-hmm. Like it's little stuff like that. And like you said, with that very weird but kind of somewhat grounded in reality family dynamic that they have. Like how sweet they are with the little girl. One of the best scenes in the whole movie is when they're getting ready to kill Billy Butler. And the girl screams, no! So you're thinking this little girl is like going to plead with them to stop. And there's a moment of hope in Kate Hodges' face. Like, yeah, for, 10 frames. It's fast, And then the little girl says, You promised the next one was mine, or whatever the official line of dialogue is.
My fucking turn.
Yeah, and it's like, that's so different. Having a little kid be like in this family, committing this murder, like fully 100% like engrossed in this lifestyle. And it's a good swerve, like you said. It's a swerve bro got him moment.
It's just food to them. But I would feel like we have like 10 minutes before we hit our commercial break. I feel it would be unjust if we just didn't totally give the last 10 just gushing over our favorite character of Alfredo.
Mm-hmm.
Just all the, like, we've quoted several lines that are awesome. Like, I can't even tell you how many times, like, if any one of us asks, oh, how much time do you need for whatever? Just 16 seconds.
Mm-hmm. Just 16 seconds.
Rocket, brother. Like,
oh my God, yeah.
So many quotes, but the king of quotes for everything he says is Alfredo. My God, is he the best part of this movie?
Little Alfredo.
He says
he cleans and he does housework.
Like, and it's so basic. He just has one like fucked up contact, and it just, that's all he needs to just sell this character. And he never sweats anything either. Like Ken Forrest's face with an M16, and he's just, do I know you?
How many what, OJ? Which is hilarious.
Yes, like the balls to be like, how many what, OJ?
Like, that's problematic. That's, you're getting canceled. But it's hilarious, and it doesn't pull any punches. It never like apologizes for the character that he is. He just is fully this character. And that scene in particular, Evil and I can quote front to back over and over. Big surprise. Fuck you, mister. Like, it's all so good. Somebody been farting around with this thing, trap sprung.
Oh yeah, one thing he said, you know what that is? I don't like the tone of your voice.
I do not like the tone of your voice.
And it's something it's totally a thing where I make it up in my head, but it doesn't happen in the movie, but I feel like it does when he's introduced and he's like pumping gas for Kate Hodge. Like every time I'm expecting him to start like humping the fucking gas pump. He doesn't. But I just feel like every time that's you like me, don't you?
That's on the cutting room floor. Matt hit it with I'm gonna service you real good, babe. Yeah, real California daddy's girl.
And like the most like hardcore thing that he says that's not funny, that's like intimidating as shit, is when he's got that shotgun and he says, "I'll fuck you in hell."
Mm-hmm.
Like, wow,
dude. Yeah.
That is fighting words.
I like his little temper tantrum right before he grabs the shotgun when he's got like a hat and he smacks his hand. Don't you ever fucking do that to me again, bitch? Yeah, don't you ever fucking do that to me, bitch. Like, you can feel his temperature rising. You know what I mean? You can feel like he's about to snap. And then, of course, with spoiler alert for the dastardly nine or whatever we're gonna call them. The other swerve bro with the assumption that Tex is a good guy, and Tex gets killed defending them, which sets up
that line is like I laugh at it now when we're looking out the back of the window of the car to where Alfredo shoots the back window, blows the window out. And then Billy Butler's watching him turn the gun to Tex, fire, and Tex goes down. And Billy Butler goes, "Holy shit, he dusted him."
I know.
And Kate Hodge with the best response ever. She just goes, "What?
Dusted who?" The cowboy. He shot the cowboy.
Like, just say that. Why you got to be slick? And like, he dusted him. Like, what the fuck? Just say he got shot.
Well, he's from California. He's got the colored drawers.
Colored drawers, yeah.
But and the high top LA gears or what the fuck ever they are.
Do you think in that scene though, because he establishes a real round in that shell, does he have a blank for the second shot, or does he aim way the fuck off?
Oh, he just aimed to the side.
I
You
just
know,
aim it right here. You just make sure you stay out of the way. I'm gonna take a shot now. We'll go.
that's how fucked up that family dynamic is. Like, yeah, just go ahead and shoot, but don't really fucking hit me.
I mean, that makes sense because Tex's whole plan later is he just jumps out from a bush and assumes they're gonna swerve and not hit him, and not just RoboCop his ass on the road.
That's right. It's Armageddon, you bitch. You fuck.
Driver's wrong now, honey. Which, man, what questions I have when we see this monster truck pull out of the Last Chance gas garage. How the fuck did Leatherface get his hefty ass in the car? Like,
Climbed
it
in
feels
through
like
the back window.
there's like this much gap between the door and the wall that it pulls out of. Like, no.
Yeah, maybe he just sleeps in there.
Yeah, he just stayed in there, like, wake me up when somebody actually shows up for Last Chance gas.
Oh, man. Yeah, we got...
driving around these back roads when you don't know where you're going.
Mm-hmm. And that's a reference, because he says, hey, this map is made in 74. That's a reference to the original Texas Chainsaw, a little nod they threw in there. Yep.
That's what we call a callback in the business. We can say that now because we're in the business.
Yeah, I guess we are. I don't know.
We're already at Hollywood and Vine.
I'm never coming back here. No. But, man,
Alfredo closes the movie, essentially. He's the member of the family that's not, or is a member of the family. They're not really established. He's like an outsider to the family.
He cleans and he does housework, man.
Ken Foree shows up by popular demand to live, and we're like, yeah, because I'm fine. I'll actually prefer Ken over Kate as the survivor of this movie, because Ken just fucking charms the shit out of you. But I guess Alfredo is just hanging out in the back of the flatbed of the truck the whole time and decides then to spring out and be the last battle with Kate.
It's knock time in Lubbock. I'm back.
Yeah, like the last time you see him, Ken Foree knocks the fuck out of him into the swamp, and he's face down, like drowning in the swamp. And then he just shows up out of the back of this truck,
all dry.
Yeah, everyone is dry, not a drop of water on anybody. And it is with Kate Hodge just double barrel blowing the shit out of Alfredo right there off the back of the truck, and just drags him off and leaves him in the dirt. To which we see Leatherface still is alive.
Mm-hmm. It's a great ending because it's open ended, but it doesn't it doesn't like pander too much. Yeah, exactly.
Chapter, everyone gets away that you want to see get away, but the villain is, of course, still out there. So it's like, all right, we can do another one.
Mm-hmm. Yep, leave it open ended just enough. And yeah, we didn't even talk about our favorite Alfredo lines. Is it soup yet? He's throwing in all these
body parts.
I love the you and me used to have real good times. We don't have good times no more. That
he makes out with a severed head out of a trash bag.
If that don't sell you on this movie, I don't know what will.
I love how he throws it too in the swamp, because he doesn't like toss it or anything. He just kind of like it's a downward kind of thrust he kind of does with it. This is very, like, he's clearly been doing this for years.
Mm-hmm.
The swamp is just like, it's Toxie is probably getting ready to emerge from this thing out of being birthed out of what's been thrown in this toxic waste dump level swamp. But he just doesn't give a fuck anymore about this head.
I'm also a big fan of what you got in there, Santa Claus. That
he's just dumping trash, talking to himself about how he doesn't like the rest of the family for telling him what to do, just telling them to shove it up their butts. That's what he's gonna do.
Ram it.
Nobody. And Ken's just watching, like, what kind of sick shit is this?
Camo netting. What are you people doing out here? Oh man.
Which is a callback to the first one, because there is camo netting over the cars, so that's another tie back to the first movie, is the camo netting.
Mm-hmm.
No booby trap like in this one. I feel it's New Line Cinema. So maybe that's some Wes Craven coming in, of like that influence of well, Wes can't really do a movie without not having a booby trap somewhere in it.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it kind of builds to that lore of, like, let's give them all the trinkets, let's give all the family weird quirks, but let's give Leatherface all of these things that we could hopefully bring back and expand on, you know? So,
Which one thing he doesn't bring back and hardly uses, which is in the poster, and it's the coolest fucking prop in the world, is this custom chainsaw that Tex gives Leatherface.
mm-hmm.
Holy! Sean Clark famously has one of these.
That motherfucker.
Yeah, it is.
I think we could take him.
Yeah, he can't take both of us, right?
Right.
I'm gonna go get to brain him with.
Cotter says, don't you tell me what I should do, motherfucker.
What I said, booty traps.
Booty twap. Yeah. Oh, Cotter says this is his favorite. Fuck yeah. You're right there with us, man. We love this movie.
One.
So here's the deal. We're going to hit our commercial break. So guys, bust out your Leatherface toys, your movies, your masks, whatever, your pictures, your posters. Snap some pictures, put them motherfuckers on Instagram with I rented this or stole this or whatever from hashtag 3BVideo, and we'll be right back to get into that second hour. Blam! Hello, internet fans.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
This is our commercial break. But just because it's a commercial break doesn't mean we can't interact and we can't have some fun. So here's what we're going to do, guys. I want you to grab the weirdest movie you have from your collection, snap a selfie, and put that motherfucker on Instagram with the caption, I rented this at hashtag 3BVideo. And then towards the end of the stream, we'll pull up Instagram and we'll take a look at everybody's selfies. So the weirder the movie, the better. And this is going to be a thing that we start doing every week just to involve you guys, to have some fun. You got a copy of Redneck Zombies, you got a copy of Cobra, whatever it is that you feel like showing off this week from your collection, bam, I rented this from hashtag 3BVideo. Just another way for us to have some fun with you guys and include you in the show just a little bit more. So go grab a drink, go take a piss, come back, snap a selfie, put that fucker on Instagram, and we'll take a look. You got about an hour before we dive into it. Show us your weirdest flick this week. Show us your newest acquisition. Show us something that you've picked up that you're super proud of, because we're just as proud of your collection as we are of ours. So show it off and let everybody see that you've got the ill shit too, and you're learning from 3BVideo. All right, I'm gonna go back so we can do the rest of the live stream. All right, guys, I'll see you later. I'm not gonna walk. I'm just gonna. Yeah. And we're back.
I'm running a marathon in clogs.
Wow, hardcore parkour. All right, we are back with our second hour. So Evil, we got a small handful of hoodlums in the crowd tonight. So you want to let everybody know what we're about to get into?
I'm guessing everyone that is a loyal fan that is watching tonight already knows what's going down. But just in case you're watching this, days later, weeks later, months later, years later at this point, who knows? Like, what in the world are these fuckers going to talk about during hour 2? Well, it's vastly different from what we did in the first hour. First hour, we couldn't talk enough good shit about this movie because we love Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. But now it's time to dip into the bad side of things, talk about some nasty shit. Some people who hated this movie so much they had to go to Amazon.com and tell us just how much they disliked it on the internets with the Amazon 1-star reviews.
Hated it.
No, you didn't.
I didn't get hit with the cue the graphic. That's kind of
Cue.
your saying.
Cue it.
Also, you're not wearing the hat.
He's got a hat.
That's not the hat. Thank you. Now tell me to cue the graphic.
Remix.
Too
Cue
late.
the graphic.
I already started it and then I quit it. All right, let's go home.
Let's go.
And I have half the brain that you do.
Speaking of half brains, let's jump on in with the G-Man
All right.
on
Is he like a
February.
1920s gangster?
Those are G-Men. This
Oh,
is
that's
just G-Man.
singular.
Yes. On February 24th, 2018, he says 1 star. Road Apple. Just plain weak, awful, and no substance whatsoever. Stick to the original or part 2, but avoid this Road Apple at all costs.
Does that mean a turd? Is that a road apple?
I don't know what a road apple is. I'm assuming like let's say you're driving, you have an apple, and you take a bite of it, and you're like, this is garbage, and you just throw it out the window.
Oh,
you
didn't know what a road apple was?
I didn't know what a road apple
The
was.
road apple Jesse James. The bad apple Billy Gunn.
Road
The
apple
B-
is
what
horse
the A-double
shit.
took it better. Road apples are shit.
All right.
This will fit in nicely with the day, with the Matrix Revolutions or Resurrection, whatever trailer it was that came out. This is from Mr. Anderson, 2112, on August 24th, 2021.
Ooh, okay. That was just the other day,
That was almost yesterday.
but not quite.
Mr. Anderson says, 1 star, not good. This movie's a big pile of dog. R@P. With a parentheses. Like, I guess he's trying to find a slick way of saying crap, but he doesn't want to spell crap. I don't. Big pile of dog feces, we'll just say, compared to the original, but for fans of the series and must have everyone, it's still a must have.
Yeah, you're a completist. You got to have it. Cotter brought this up. We talked about it, but this is interesting too. That they fired the director and then they hired him back 2 days later. That's true. They were unhappy. They got rid of him, brought him back, and then were constantly over his fucking shoulder, changing shit or making him miserable. So much so that he wanted his name off the movie, which I talked about in the first hour a little bit. But all right, Evil, hit it.
This next one up again. The pre-warning. This is all in caps,
Uh-oh.
except for his name, which is just the letters TTI. TTI. TTI.
Titai.
June 4th, 2006. 1 star. Why, God, why? This is not a religious review. I'm a huge horror slasher flicks. But why the hell would you go so far as to make a third Texas Chainsaw movie when the second was bad enough? This one of the worst movies ever to be seen by human eyes. The plot is terribly stupid. The characters are completely hateable. The location is dull. The whole movie altogether, a boring piece of shit. With a $sign for shit because you don't want to get in trouble. I feel so pathetic to waste 2 hours of my life on this shit. Again with the $sign. Writing this review makes me feel, F-E-A-L, feel a little better, which, W-I-C-H, is why I'm doing it. Please don't make the same mistake, not even if you're the biggest TCM fan. Don't do it. Actually attempting, A-T-T-E-P-T-I-N-G, attempting school. I would be funner. Buy or rent the first TCM and just end it.
I'm noticing a reoccurring theme of fecal matter when it comes to discussing this film.
Fecal matter and misspellings, yes.
Yes. I don't know what to tell you, buddy.
I hate your guts.
That'll work. I don't need to tell you anything else.
Misspellings are great, but still.
You try my patience, witch.
All right. Next up, we have Patrick.
No,
on,
this is Patrick.
This is Patrick. On June 23rd, 2004. 1 star. Wait. What? I missed it? Bad movie. Bad. Lol. It's just so bad. It's kind of a spoof of itself. The story is so weak and acting is so bad that there's no music. Music is what makes a movie. Music adds to the horror of a good horror movie, which this is definitely not. You barely see Leatherface, and when you do see him, he doesn't even use his chainsaw. No one will miss this movie. No one.
That's false as all get out. He kills the surviving girl with the chainsaw.
Off camera.
He attacks Ken Foree with the chainsaw. The chainsaw is used in the swamp. He attacks Billy Butler with the chainsaw. Sorry, don't know what you're talking about. Go ahead. You can go ahead and...
I know that. What's his name?
That is his name, sir. Asshole. Major asshole.
All right. Next up, we got Donna Di Giacomo.
All
Donna
right.
Giacomo.
No
on
relation.
April 24th, 2005. 1 star. This had flop written all over it. With each sequel, the TCM series just got cornier and cornier. This was even worse than the second installment, just when you thought it wasn't possible, in that it had absolutely zero to do with the original storyline. But I will give some props to the fact that Leatherface became a little bit scarier this time around, as opposed to the complete fool he became in part 2. I back up a previous reviewer in that the storyline didn't flow logically, nothing made sense, and it was a bore to watch. Shame how badly Hollywood can ruin great originals with beyond crappy sequels.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. These 1 stars are going to hurt my feelings because, you know, obviously we did just spend an hour really gushing about this movie. So I just feel like if you don't like it, I mean, it's okay that you don't like it, but I just feel like you missed the point for sure.
Maybe we're crazy for loving this movie.
I'm fine with being crazy.
Maybe I am insane. And maybe it's time for you to find out how insane I am. Yeah.
We got Miss Heather in the house. What up, what up?
So next up, we have clever name. I like Adam Mess. Like Adam and Mess. As if you put them together, it's Adam Mess.
Okay.
Adam Mess. On September 4th, 1999.
Wow. Okay.
Let that sink in. Of what Amazon looked like.
I was a freshman.
September of 1999. Dude was like, this fucking movie 9 years ago. Wow. Think about that. This movie is not even a decade old when this review was written for it. 10 years doesn't mean shit anymore. It's been 11 years since the Elm Street remake happened now.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, dealing with this kind of math. I'm going back to Adam S. here. Good Lord, the movie is bad. The first TCM is a horror classic. This is a piece of trash. Piece of trash through and through. Who is this Leatherface guy? Surely it can't be the same Leatherface from the original. Unless, of course, he shrank in height, lost a little weight, dyed his hair, and didn't age. The dialogue is horrible at best. The acting is atrocious, and the direction is a travesty. The film tries to have a sense of humor, It doesn't work, with Leatherface chasing his prey in a truck, heavy metal music blasting, of course his own theme song. The film is unintentionally hilarious. It looks like a made-for-TV horror crap flick. I hear that the uncut version is very gory. I find it hard to believe, and even if it is, the unintentional hilarity of the movie will keep you from being frightened. Don't bother with this turkey. 2 very unenthusiastic thumbs down, way down.
I don't have it on hand, but I'm going to go ahead and call this person a liar because I believe R.A. Mihailoff is fucking way bigger than Gunnar Hansen, but I could be wrong.
I don't know.
I feel like R.A. Mihailoff like 6'6". He's bigger than you, I know that.
Yeah, he's taller than me, thicker than me. Like he's like a Bam Bam Bigelow sized dude. He's no bullshit. That
Yeah,
is
he's
a
not
big
little
dude.
at all.
That dude straight up just punch you and just Hadouken! You're fucked up. All right, next up is The Machine.
Dumb Machine or The Machine?
Da Machine or Da Machine. On December 6, 2012. 1 star, 2 fake. I couldn't finish watching it. It's B-rated movie, typical, lit of screaming fake blood, stupid costumes, nothing like the first one. I will say, yeah, that's true. It is nothing like the first one.
It tries to come back towards that tone, but in a late 80s, early 90s way.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Jesse just became a preferred customer. Thank
Welcome,
you so
preferred
much.
customer.
Welcome. So, Remix, you said R.A. is 6'6", so he's bigger than Gunnar. There it is. Because Gunnar was supposedly 6'4", is what Cotter said.
Nope.
So, no? How tall is Gunnar?
No, that's right.
No, yeah, 6'4"? Okay. We'll love him and Hatchet too. Yes, us too. How many? You got another 1 star?
Oh, yeah, I got a couple more. This is a fancy name from Victor Ramon Marquez.
All right.
On May 12th, 2015, 1 star. I really just want what I ordered. I did not order a book. I ordered a Leatherface movie on DVD. What
There's
is
a book?
wrong with you people?
If you got a Leatherface book, does that mean you got the Necronomicon?
Oh, good one.
Necronomicon.
That's good. That's good. Remixing the wings, coming in, swooping in with the joke.
Conda Estrada, Ramondos Conda.
Kanda.
This doesn't even take place in Texas. But I had to end on that one just with the what is wrong with you people?
What do you mean, you people?
Damn it! We lost! We fucking super lost, man!
Yeah, it's not even in Texas. We're lost. We're super fucking lost.
We are super lost.
Oh, man. This one would have 100 1-star reviews. Yeah, a lot of people don't like this movie. Evil and I are going to stand on top of the corpses of all those 1-star review people and build our fucking kingdom out of all those assholes. But, all right. So now that we're done with the Amazon 1-star reviews, what does that mean, Evil?
Well, the hate train is concluded, and we're back to loving this movie. So, speaking of loving this movie, we're going to take a look at some fantastic different poster designs that came out for this. Not a whole hell of a lot. A lot of them are just variations on the traditional art that we have for this movie. But we're going to look at some different art design posters that came all over the globe for Leatherface TCM2. And we're going to determine as a whole group whether these posters are money or mishap.
Mm-hmm. Looked like you had yourself a little mishap.
Up here.
You know, I couldn't resist. Oh, I had to do it.
Maybe
All
that
right.
should be the graphics we pull up is text.
Not
Or
Tex.
mishap.
Tinker.
That's Texas as like
No,
it's
it's-
mishap here.
Nope. Looks like that's when the truck's upside down. And he's got the fucking
he said
flares.
too, but
Yep.
but says it when he grabs Kate Hodge in the bone room.
Well, that's okay. Either way, we can go with either one for our mishaps, but we will need your assistance in the chat to let us know.
Super curious when I found this one what you would think, because you really like this kind of design for part 2 last week.
I love this. I would get this fucking tattooed on me in a second, and I want a white like baseball ringer shirt of this. This is absolute fire. So let us know in the chat if you think these designs are money or mishap.
Where would you get this tattooed on you? Let's be like your.
Well, we're still just gonna keep filling the arm up. So
what about your thigh? Top of your thigh.
Ooh, I don't know about that. I don't know. Every time, you know,
the chainsaw is going towards the crotch region, like he's gonna circumcise you.
Chainsaw's coming up in behind the balls, like right at the taint.
Taint is family. You can tattoo each testicle, Tinker and Tex.
I'm not getting any tattoos on my testicles, man. But no, I love this. I love this a lot. So it's the first time I've ever seen it.
How much money for you to get that cat tattooed on your nuts?
I'm not getting a cat tattooed on my nuts.
Now you got to get that cat tattooed on your snuts.
What's the? It's not Dollar Shave Club. What's the other thing? That's like
Harry's.
Manscaped.
Oh,
and my balls are like 2 eggs. They're so smooth because we're sponsored by Manscaped. Just kidding.
They're forested.
Clever as shit, like that razor that they try to sell you. It's called the lawnmower, and like, really?
Yeah, they're terrible.
It's not that drastic of a mess down there. I need something called the lawnmower in my crotch area.
Oh, good lord!
All right, Evil. How much money for you to get that shitty cat tattoo on your snuts?
I don't know what a snut. What's a snuts?
Your fucking nutsack, dog.
Doink.
Doink.
That cat's probably too big for that.
Nah, it's a shitty mess anyway. Not your snuts, the cat.
I was like the snuts. I was like, yeah, it's kind of a mess. I don't know really if that's even tattooable area.
It is definitely a tattooable area.
We're not even. Why are we still entertaining?
I want to know how much it's gonna cost for Evil to get stabbed in the snuts with a fucking tattoo gun
over and over and over again.
I don't know what the tattooing would cost, but I'd probably be. You'd have to front the bill also for my tattoo artist Harold's therapy bills when he's done the job.
Like holding them up, and the dick's just on his forehead.
Oh, he's got 2 clamps on each side to wing the shit. Yeah,
fucking stirrups like a
like a gynecologist.
How about a Mike Tyson face tattoo on your snuts?
All right, enough of this nuts talk. Let's move on to the next.
You didn't give me a number.
It's a closed set on the set day for tattooing. I don't know. There's not a price high enough probably because I got to pay for multiple things, including my own like inebriation to get to that level where I'm fine being spread eagle like that on a tattooing table.
For hours. Jesse says, I'm sure you guys could get sponsored by Manscaped. They sponsor everybody. Do I look like the kind of guy who shaves my balls?
I haven't bought a razor in like 15 years. And I'm like, this is bullshit. I'm not paying $20 for this.
I have to have a place for the crabs to reside. So I don't want to take over my hometown. I'm just kidding.
You just stay in the pool. They drown in the pool. And then what
It doesn't work.
It didn't in the movie either.
No. Didn't the movie lie?
The movie lied.
This is okay. I mean, it's nothing.
There's a couple that are just variations on this design. This one I grabbed just 'cause I thought it was amusing that the chainsaw seems like super longer. Like we see it all, like the entire saw blade there.
Yeah, it's okay. I don't know. I don't know if I'm a fan of like the font and stuff. Because I know that, like you said, most of them are going to be variations of this, but you can tell they made the saw longer because they covered it in blood, kind of like added some stuff.
I don't mind it. This looks like a good comic book cover to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it a mishap. I'm not overly fond of it.
It's okay. I have a hard time not liking everyone for this one just because I fucking just love the movie, love this chainsaw. Love this color scheme.
I came up with that too fast for that to be a joke. I'm relatively quick-witted.
Depends on the material, yes.
Yeah.
all super sharp in brief periods.
Yep. Mishap. It's just a reiteration. Looks like anime. It's a mishap, says Matt
Oh,
O'Brien.
An anime Texas Chainsaw Massacre. What do you think about that?
I don't watch anime, but
Remix,
I'd
what do
watch.
you think of that?
I'd watch a Texas Chainsaw Massacre anime.
I swear I've seen something like that. I'm looking it up right now.
I've seen the like. Got no more use for this guy. All right, fuck it. On to the next. Well, this is 100% money. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with this. It's absolute fire.
I look at this poster and just think, come here!
And you do have it. You have this poster.
I know,
One
it's
day,
right over here.
yep. One day I will have that here. Whether it's a
Because-
reprint, yours is an original, but
You got to zoom in at the bottom on the casting to see if it says Kin Force or Kin 4A.
that's
That's
true.
how you know it's original or not.
He's not zooming. He's looking for things. He's looking.
You want me to zoom? Look at the resolution of that thing.
I don't know what the resolution of that thing is. I don't
4. You know what? Fuck
know. 4.
it. You guys are gonna disappear. All we're gonna see is the Leatherface.
On there.
Oh, that's wild. No casting, huh?
This is some bullshit. You guys can just fucking
This is
not.
This is bullshit.
All right, go back.
Oh, well, we are back. They can hear us.
Bitch.
No, I
Everything's all
mean,
fucked up. I can't. Everything's all fucked up. This is what you wanted. This is what I was asked. All right, we're gonna disappear again. Who wants to see the analytics?
Don't bullshit.
Now they can hear you.
now we're back.
You son of a bitch.
Next one. See,
Oh.
look, now it's still fucked up.
That's okay.
No, it's
You
not.
fucked up. You fucked
I
up.
didn't fuck
That
up.
was my fault for making it black.
Because I had to do
Oh.
this.
And
Black
now,
again.
this is 100% money. This is as
Wait.
money.
Where has this been all my life?
Mm-hmm. This is the greatest fucking thing I've ever seen, ever.
Yes. God damn, is this fantastic artwork. I love it. Give it all the money.
Mm-hmm. I would pay top dollar to have this in my house for sure.
Have this commissioned and oil painted.
Remix, paint this with oil. Not even oil paint, just oil.
Put this on the hood of my car.
Oh, that'd be hilarious. Your car's all falling apart, but it's got this on the fucking.
Yeah, it's got a $20,000 paint job of Leatherface on it.
just for the hood, but no paint anywhere else.
Nowhere else. I have like doors that are different colors.
No, I love this. I can't say enough good things about this.
Yes, goddamn, is this
Money,
glorious?
money poster. Yep, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. I'm.
This may be the greatest moment of my life.
Why don't we have like an Arrow special edition Blu-ray of TCM3 with this as the cover?
Why hasn't that been released with this as a fold-out poster inside the sleeve of the Blu-ray?
Inquiring minds want to know. I would ask Jeff Burr, but he doesn't give a fuck.
He's left on the table with this.
Mm-hmm. Can I paint you?
How much for this to be tattooed on your nuts?
Oh, there's definitely not enough room on my nuts for this fucking super
Where
high
do you
detail.
think this stuff is gonna fit? I don't even know if you could even fit the words "the saw is family" on there.
The saw goes up your shaft. Like in the movie that got cut.
Oy.
Like your snuts. Alright, we're moving on.
All right, on to the next.
You son of a bitch.
What the fuck is this?
This is an Asia poster.
I think it was Asian.
And some Asian gang or something. The only thing I wish is that like it was written in Asian on the blade. The saw is
That would be fucking gold. If that was the case, I would say this was money, but I fucking can't stand this.
I like that the description follows the length of the chainsaw.
Yeah,
That is true.
good. I like it. I can't not like it.
Nope, I want it to go away forever.
Too bad.
I strongly dislike this. I don't like this real bad photoshopped down in the bottom. Like, that's a terrible picture of Kate Hodge. And then, you know, so we've got Kate Hodge, we've got Ken Foree, Jennifer Banco, and then we've got, I can't tell who that is to the left of Jennifer Banco. Maybe Alfredo.
We got the poster art there or the 8x10 I had signed by RA of him in front of the fucking truck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that picture's cool.
That
Like
he
that.
throws the big dog off of, which may or may not be in my top 5 fake dog prop countdown. Go back to that on our channel and look at that. My top 5 fake dogs.
Yeah, this is a mishap. We got Camp Facer said it's a mishap. It just definitely doesn't do it for me. So on to the next, I suppose, if we have any. I don't hate this. This is just like the other. This is just
He's
like
more well lit. The chainsaw seems way bigger.
They just
Seems shorter.
they zoom in on it or something.
Like it seems like the blade is super short in this one.
I'm confused on like how he's holding it. You know what I mean? Like, is it just?
That fucker is like probably 18 pounds. And ending it.
I think I read something or saw something about each one of those saws costing the production about $5 or $6 grand.
I can believe it. Chromed every damn thing.
Yeah. Another
You like
toy.
it,
FOOD. No, try again.
People are food.
Money, cool color and lighting. Yeah, that'd be a cool shirt. Yeah, like a two-tone shirt.
Baseball, 3/4 sleeve, black shirt, red sleeves.
I like the way you think. Yeah, this is fine. This is money. It's not doing anything that's upsetting me.
This doesn't upset me.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. Yeah, it would be a cool shirt. For sure. Yeah, no problem. Now this...
Do the same thing. 3/4 sleeve, baseball, blue shirt, white sleeves.
Maybe. I don't really like this. That's a mishap. There it is. There's the mishap.
What's the other mishap?
Oh.
Oh, he fell on his ass. I told you.
Yeah, to me it's a mishap. 100% a mishap. It's okay.
It.
It's okay, like as a, coming soon, like before a trailer drops or anything type of poster.
Nope, I put it as that. It's a shirt. Give me a different color other than a black shirt. Here's my chance to get a blue shirt.
This is a Friday the 13th poster.
You
That's
think
just
so?
what it is.
It's just okay. Matt O'Brien says it's a mishap. I'm upset that it goes Viggo Hodge. Isn't that Kate Hodge? Yeah, that is Kate Hodge.
They've got the names backwards.
Oh, okay. It is backwards.
Otherwise, it's Mortensen, Viggo, and Hodge Kate. Like,
Hodge
how do
Kate.
you want me to fucking word this, motherfuckers?
Hodge Kate.
And Kate and Viggo Hodge.
Hodge Mortensen. The saw is Hodge.
Hodge Mortensen would sell you like up-priced used car parts.
He works at Family Saw.
All right, on to the next, if there are any.
That's what you get.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're done.
We're out of money or mishaps. Okay.
We're out of money. And or miss.
It's true we're out of money. I've been out of money. Done been broke. But
That's why we eat spicy chili.
All right, Evil. So now that we're done with Money or Mishap, what does that mean? Boom.
Actually, that it means that we're going on to Roger's favorite segment of the whole live stream. Spoiled it a bit earlier because we both did not pick what would be the ultimate tie-in, which would have been Hellraiser 3. But this is where we're going to give both our separate opinions on what would be a good double feature with Leatherface TCM 3, which we call this the tie-in.
Boom. I think I went first last week.
I don't know.
So, I'm going to let you go first this week, dude.
Well, again, I feel like I discovered during this live stream that Hellraiser 3 would have been an ideal fucking tie-in. So I'll say TCM 3 and Leatherface and Hellraiser 3, perfect. But what I picked when I was going through my list of things was like, what would be a good tie-in for this fucking movie? So I went with the Billy Butler tie-in, and I said, I think it would be fun with this would be Ghoulies 2.
Boom. Somehow, some way, in my brain, I thought that might be the route you go, because our good buddy Billy Butler has a wide career spanning across many schlocky B movies that are overlooked, and I know you're a big fan of Ghoulies too, so I thought that might be where he goes. So not a bad pick.
I was like, what's this again? I was like, wow, Billy Butler in the other movie, and like, what's a sequel that I enjoy personally more than the original and other ones in the series? I like Ghoulies 2 more than any of the other ones in the series. Another franchise that goes pretty fucking all over the place with kind of trying to be serious, cheap, very comedic, becomes a skin flick. But Ghoulies 2, I feels very much hits all the right spots for me, just as Leatherface TCM 3 does. So there's my double feature of Leatherface and Ghoulies 2.
Nice. Oh boy. Okay, so
well, apparently I need to switch it up when we do next week. Keep you on your toes for what I pick.
this was tough, dude. Obviously, you brought up the whole Hellraiser 3 thing, which is flawless to go with this.
Ridiculous we didn't think of that till now.
But I did kind of just scour my movies, and I thought, well, which avenue am I going? Am I going the Billy Butler avenue? Am I going the Jeff Burr? Am I going Viggo? R.A. Ken? There's so many ways to go with a tie-in. So I kind of pulled myself back from the cast, and I said, I'm not going to do a tie-in based on a cast. What I'm going to do a tie-in is based around some sort of a family dynamic, some sort of demented, problematic family dynamic. And the one thing about Leatherface is, even though it's a continuation of the story, it almost feels like a reboot or a retelling. It can be watched on its own. You don't necessarily need to see the first Texas Chainsaw. So I thought really hard about it, and I settled on the Hills Have Eyes remake. Because and it's a rare case of me really enjoying the remake more than the original. But there's a very heavy, kind of a nasty tone, but also very kind of rock and roll vibe to this movie. But you have this family dynamic they're gross, they're terrible people, but at certain points you kind of like them even though they're really bad. So that's where I went with this, because I felt like these two toe-to-toe, I feel like you start your night with Hills Have Eyes, the remake, because it's heavier, and then you end your night on the rock and roll fun of Leatherface. So that's where I went. Let's see what the chat has had to say.
I like the other one in that series, The Hills Have Thighs.
Oh, that's Adam Green's favorite.
Yes, Yes, it is.
My tie-in would be Trick or Treat. Yeah, that's metal. My tie-ins are Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island, Bride of Chucky, Dr. Giggles, Freddy vs. Jason, Hellraiser 3, and Wishmaster 1 and 2. Those are all good. Matt O'Brien says Blood Games. A Hicksploitation from 1990. I don't know Blood Games.
We know Fatal Games.
Yeah, Fatal Games for life. The Hitchhiker. Let's see.
My wife yelled at me for renting that.
Yeah,
Welcome to the club. I got yelled at for the movie Be Cool. It actually warranted us having a movie calendar for a couple of years on what we watched every day for 2 years because I really liked watching Be Cool, and the wife hates Be Cool. So I'd have a calendar to mark when the last time I was able to watch Be Cool and not be in trouble for it. And I'm like, nope, it's been 8 months since we watched Be Cool. I can watch it.
It's okay. And you know what's funny is, sidebar, I totally adopted that when I don't know if you remember when I did that for a full year because I had my knee surgery, and so I was just jacked up, and so I would start every day. I would take my pain medicine and I would go do my physical therapy, but then I'd come home and I couldn't do anything else because I'd be slowly starting to drift into my drug-induced coma. But I would tell my wife, like, hey, go downstairs and get Ticks and Kingdom of the Spiders or whatever. And so I would do each day would have some sort of a theme while I was fucking drugged up out of my gourd healing from my surgery. And so
you were living Jeff Fahey's Body Parts movie.
So my calendar had like all these days that were themed. But I might start adopting that again. I might bust out a calendar and start keeping track because it's kind of cool to go back and be like, it's been 6 months since we've watched this. We're watching it.
Yeah, it's oddly weird to go back and see what kind of trends you fell in without knowing you fell in. Miss Heather doesn't have a tie-in because she hasn't seen this movie yet. Oh, man,
You're coming over.
I would love to watch Miss Heather watch this for the first time. This is one of those movies that would totally be rewarding to watch someone experience for the first time.
Yeah, I need to sit and watch it. But before this goes away, Cyber Skull Media with a $10 super chat. So you got to take a shot. And
I'm almost out. I probably got maybe one more after this one, and my skull is empty. I have to go get something else.
And Matt says his tie-in is Wrong Turn 2. That's excellent. That's another weird family dynamic. Cannibal.
Burns so good.
Better you than me, sir. But yeah, so that's what I did for my tie-in. I actually struggled with it, and now I'm really kicking myself in the ass for not going with Hellraiser 3. But whatever.
You and me both, buddy.
So now that
buddy.
Now that we're done with that, I suppose it's time for our final thoughts, and then we'll move into our Instagram. So you guys got a couple of minutes. Post any of your Texas Chainsaw love on Instagram with I rented this at hashtag 3BVideo, and we'll take a look and shout you guys out. But as far as final thoughts go, I mean, I don't even really know how to put it into words. We just gushed for 2 full hours. It literally is one of the movies that is what started us coining the phrase popcorn as fuck, because it's like it's hard to describe why we like it so much. It's hard to describe how fun it is. It's a weird thing of how do you put this into words? It's popcorn as fuck. It's funny when it wants to be funny. It's scary when it wants to be scary, but it's never a bad time. It's a very easy watch, and it's also an any time of day cinema. You could wake up and eat cereal and watch this movie. There's nothing in it that's gonna you don't have to shield your kids' eyes from it. There's no breasts, there's no penis, even though there was going to be penis.
Full-fledged 100% Billy Butler dick.
Mm-hmm. Which let's lobby for that uncut version. I'm all about it. But
Billy Butler.
But this is a great movie, and It's a third in a franchise, so it's real easy to dismiss it, especially if you're a hardcore fan of the first one and the second one left a bad taste in your mouth. It's easy to go, well, I'm done with this franchise. The first one was all that matters. And if you didn't see this one, you should do that. You should really do that. I'm talking to you, Miss Heather. You should really see this movie.
Oh, I have no doubts that when she does, she'll be like, within probably a week, she'll have herself a physical copy of it.
Nice. Oh, well, it's 1 penny shy, but Jesse says, all right, Evil, might as well finish her off.
I can't.
You can't do it for...
Hey, no, that we have rules for a reason. And if it's 1 penny less, it's not
a
quite
full
there.
shot.
Is it a full shot? That's the question.
It's almost a full shot. It looked like
I would say that's a full shot. That's a full shot.
do it anyway.
As Gorilla Monsoon would say, close but no cigar.
Do it anyway.
Evil, do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
World order. For life.
Do it anyway.
Jesse is a loyal supporter. He loves us. You got this. You can do it. You can do it. It's Texas Chainsaw 3, baby.
Completely and utterly evil. To be bad. I care for no one and no one cares for me.
Oh, you bastard.
There are rules.
You're like my liver and my kidneys and all that shit.
Yeah, fuck you with all due
Listen,
respect.
I am not nice, I am not kind, and I am not wonderful.
All right, fine. We'll move on to your final thoughts, Evil.
There's a giant fucking illuminated poster beside me. What else do I need to say?
I guess not.
It's the most fun goddamn Texas Chainsaw you'll watch. Yeah, just zoom in on that thing over there. That is glorious.
Hey,
Motherfucker, we should start zooming again?
Jesse's got a great point. He said a $1 membership plus that $9.99 super chat equals $10. It's actually a little more than $10, Evil.
This is not math. We're not adding shit together here. It's 10 or it's not. It's just how this happens. It's how this goes.
Don't bullshit me.
You cannot bullshit me. No, you want it done? It's a $5 sauce. $10. This. $4.99, $9.99, $1.99, all that shit. No, there's no adding things together. It's just how it goes.
They're conspiring. They're like, there's a way to get it to 10 exactly. They're gonna figure you out. But all right, while they conspire, let's take a look at their Instagram.
Motherfucker, we zoomed. We can't go back.
You can't go back.
You just give me some time.
I'll give Remix some time to sort things out. And we'll go to Instagram.
Ricky Bobby.
All right.
Don't put the
Here's
evil on.
Instagrizzle. What do we got going on here? Looks like Quentin Collins got a deep cut T-shirt on and rocking 30 Days of Night. Whoa, donuts. I do love 30 Days of Night.
I do need the Whoa Donuts as a on the soundboard somehow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's excellent. That's killer. Rocking the shirt with the movie. Super rad. I don't know what 30 Days of Night has to do with TCM3, but maybe that's his tie-in. And ain't nothing wrong with that being your tie-in, man.
Okay, fuckface. First, take a big step back and literally fuck your own face!
Office Space. That's a fucking special edition. I don't even have that. That's fucking badass.
Where's my stapler? I believe you have my stapler.
No, Jesse is not new. Jesse's been around for a long ass time.
We could listen to whatever music we want to listen to in the morning. And
why are we analyticing?
I'm trying to figure out why
it's low enough I
they
can
were
listen to
saying
my
something.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
no, shit's busted as fuck.
Oh, you broke it? Or did I make you break it?
It's broke.
Hey, that's me.
It's all broke. It's all
Old
you.
37. I'm 37?
Yeah, I am. I literally am old 37. Fuck you. Oh, that's Housewife of Horrors. Where can I get merchandise? You can get merchandise from our Teespring store.
Teespring.
Remix will, or I guess you can do exclamation point Teespring. And that link will drop.
At teespring.com/3B video and find our merch there. Or, of course, we have also our Patreon, which, if you're a Patreon, you get to a certain tier, you can get discounts on your Teespring orders. So, if you double dip, you're saving coin. Just saying.
Yeah, this is from last week because these are two, The Fly Part 2 and Hellraiser 2. I hashtagged one. It's me from 2017. Let's see if we can come across that bad boy. Nope, not there.
He's not over there.
Streamlabs is broken.
Streamlabs giving us trouble tonight, guys. We'll work out all the bugs, hopefully by next week.
It's broken. It's not working.
It's not doing the chat commands either.
Totaled. Demolished.
Yeah, stream. So it's a Streamlabs issue. It's not doing our chat commands. It's not doing the things we want. If you wait until this video is over, or just open another window and open any of our other videos, if you look in the description, there is always a link for our Teespring. There's Teespring, there's Patreon. All that crap is in there. So if you want to take a gander at it, you can.
You son of a bitch.
Weird. Yeah, it's weird that Streamlabs is being stupid. But, all right, Evil, we got about 9 minutes, so anything else you want to try and get to on Texas Chainsaw 3 before we call it a night?
Just pick this fucking movie up and enjoy it. It's well worth it. It's the most fun. It's the most slasher of this franchise. It's the most quotable fucking movie. Also, everything just goes kind of downhill to a degree after this movie. We're one of the few champions of it. We will always be champions of it, and we're gonna fight to get everyone else to start recognizing the awesomeness and fun that is Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. Yes, it's one of the origins of popcorn as fuck, because it's exactly what it is.
Couldn't have said it better, dude. This is just one of those movies. I know I've told this story a handful of times, but the first time I saw this movie, I went to a video store that's about 15 miles away from my house, and it was a Friday night, and my mom was like, "You can rent 2 movies, and we'll just bring them back over here tomorrow." Which, cool story is that the 2 shelves that are in my video store come from that video store where I rented Texas Chainsaw 3. Also, in the weirdest way humanly possible, that exact copy that I rented, years down the road, I ended up getting that exact VHS copy from that rental store. So I have that. But I rented Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, Prom Night, and fucking watched them both back to back and put them both on the same tape. And I will never ever forget the first time I watched this movie. I watched Prom Night first, and I was like, Prom Night's okay, decent, because this was I had never seen it, and it was around the time after Scream had come out, and they make a lot of references to Prom Night, so I thought, well, I obviously need to see that, so I watched
Prom Night. They'd save time.
There's a formula to it, a very simple formula. So I watched Prom Night and then watched TCM3, and TCM3 fucking just blew my wig back, which is why I still can't grow hair. right then and there. But you have to take
Leatherface.
You have to take a shot. Remix did hit with the $10 on the nose and says, "Finish it."
Oh, on the nose. See, rules. Rules work.
I'd buy that for $1.
Oh, it's $1? For buying it for $1. Look at that. That wasn't a full shot. This motherfucker.
That's a full shot. That's a shot.
No.
Lick the bottle.
Lick the bottle.
Lick my skull.
You dog dick. Throw it back.
I do have a hair of this Evan Williams. I have to get me another bottle of this tomorrow when I'm out and about doing errands. So just read there. There's a fourth of a shot there to make up that fourth of a difference for you, Mr. Mix of Ree. Whew. Those mix well together.
That's a good chaser.
Woo! Yeah.
What's the
Vodka and
chaser
whiskey?
tier? How much do we have to donate for chasers?
I'm out of chasers.
12.
I had me some not your daddy's root beer here, but those are gone. $12. What am I gonna do for $12?
You do this shot, but then you also throw something back with it.
Some
equally
hot sauce?
gross.
You want
Yes.
a Kentucky with how much? $20?
12.
You're a whore. You're a fucking whore. Look at this is what we've devolved into.
16. How about 16?
Yeah,
I could
we're
just
killing
do
his
it
fucking liver.
I could do it separately. I could do a $5 and a $10, and then you have to do it anyway.
Give me 16 straight.
Matt says
You can't do that.
we should get some sound clips of Alfredo. I promise you, we fucking tried. We
You
tried.
cannot imagine how much we tried to get soundboard clips of Alfredo. If we had them, I would have been using the shit out of them for the last 2 hours. We wouldn't even been talking. I just would have been hitting them the whole time, over and over and over again. But of course, we couldn't find fuck all because they were super quiet or it was all music. So it just left me just going,
You son of a bitch.
we got nothing.
And then Remix suggested like 3 minutes before we started the live stream, you should have just ripped the movie and then you could have taken the audio. I'm like, yeah, probably could have done that, but
I don't know how to do that. So
I'm not tech savvy. That's what my tech man's for. But he didn't get here until close to the stream, so I couldn't have him do that.
Yeah. What if you just rip the whole movie and or just
Science, bitch.
Yeah.
not yet.
Not quite yet. We got about 3 minutes.
Did I just hear myself say 3 minutes?
Did you say Utes?
Yeah, 2 Utes.
And 2 Utes.
Oh man, I fucking love this movie. Sling Blade and Joe Pesci have soundboards. I reckon
I
I'm
just
gonna
gave you
take
some
some
Joe Pesci.
taters home with me. Mm-hmm. You didn't have done that. He did the boy.
Surprising how many My Cousin Vinny clips there are I could grab as sound bits. And like, I did not know that was such a popular movie. People are like, I need to put up little audio clips of this all over the place.
My Cousin Vinny fucking rules. That's another criminally underrated movie that eventually we will cover. We'll do like a whole month of comedy films.
I can't wait for that weird day. Like today on the live stream, we're doing My Cousin Vinny.
And then the following week will be nothing but trouble.
Oh shit! I have that on VHS. But man, talk about finally utilizing all my Cousin Vinny sound bits in one day. My day has come.
And then we need to do Nothing to Lose. Because we definitely need to cover Nothing to Lose at some point.
Absolutely. And then Double Trouble to go with Nothing But Trouble.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I Love Trouble.
That's a troublesome month.
I think I just saw the ghost that unties your shoes. It's you when you cross your legs.
You think I'm untying my own
I think
shoes?
you're accidentally untying your shoes.
I think it's a ghost.
Every single time that we've ever done a live stream, this is not a fucking joke. Every single time, Roger has gone upstairs like, my motherfucking shoe is untied.
He's watching me cross my legs.
He just stepped on his other shoe. And he stepped on his left foot, which is always the one that comes untied.
I gotta pee, so I'm doing the pee-pee dance, and we're at the tail end.
You're the one that does it.
That's a ghost. Boy. Ghost.
You've been untying your own shoes on accident.
I don't think so.
You son of a bitch.
That's not the science. The science is that the basement is haunted by spooks and specters.
Boy.
Guys, we're right at the tail end. We did. Hey, look we managed to get a thumbs down. Thank you.
It's been a while since we've done that.
Yeah. Thanks for coming back. Make sure you give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down or a fucking thumb up your own ass. I don't give a fuck.
Know that you don't like Texas Chainsaw 3. We're fine with that.
Those motherfuckers.
I don't know why. This is bullshit. We're going.
It's a ghost.
That's the motherfucker that's been untying his shoes.
It's been a pretty lady
It
Leatherface.
is a pretty lady.
It's dark in here because it's closing time. God damn it!
You ready? Ready?
What are we ready
Yeah.
for?
Closing time.
No, the Canadians only.
Closing time.
I don't know the words. I'm
I
sorry.
showed
Bitch.
I showed
It is
Roger
not-
the Alien Ant Farm video earlier, and he realized that he is every single person in that music video.
Which one? Smooth Criminal?
Yes.
I love that. That's one of my hype videos. That you're ready
Is
for that.
is every single person in that video not Roger?
I apparently am all of those band
No,
members.
I cannot picture him as that. Was it the bassist that's got like the sweater vest with the long sleeve undershirt? No.
You don't think so?
That was only one person out of the entire video. He
I'm
thinks
gonna
you're that
shock
lady with
you.
the wolf man.
I
gonna
don't
start
see
dressing.
him in I don't see him in a bikini with a wolf mask on
I
either.
just said that.
I'll do it. But here we are. It's after dark. So, Evil, go ahead and school these people.
It is not after dark. It is time to get educated in our Canadians only section of Cryptid Talk. It's Cryptid Corner with review video. We're going to take a look at a different cryptid every single week on the live stream and discuss some of the creepy things going on over in the Great White North, which we get from this very comprehensive field guide of the Unnatural Order of the Three-Eyed Skulls field guide. The cryptids, creatures, creeps, demons, horrors, haunts, hates, hags, ghosts, monsters, mutants, and madmen, volume 1 of a 3-volume series. My 2 other volumes are on my Amazon wish list. I will pick them up whenever we get through this bad boy. But tonight, we're talking about Bubblehead Joe.
That's so good.
The date is June 1st, 1985. Location, Gulp, Ontario. Kind of sounds like if you had a really big gulp of gravy sauce or something.
Gulp.
Gulp, Ontario. The legend of Bubblehead Joe is pretty recent. Allegedly, teens were attacked by him while partying in the woods near an old gasoline refinery. The strange thing about the story is that there are no records of a refinery in that area. 2 of the teenagers were arrested in conjunction with the attack, even though the entire group of survivors, including the ones who suffered serious injuries, maintain the attack was perpetrated by a creature they referred to as Bubblehead Joe.
If it hadn't been for Bubblehead Joe, I'd been married a long time ago.
What Bubblehead Joe look like?
Where did you go? Where did you come from, Bubblehead Joe?
It was
Well,
perpetrated by Bubblehead.
We have an artist recreation of what Bubblehead Joe looks like on your screen right there. That's what Bubblehead Joe looked like, attacking several teenagers near a gas refinery, which gas is what makes plenty of things operate and work and go. But apparently there's no such thing as a gas refinery. And that, my friend, is just straight up science.
That's some quiet science.
What?
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill.
T minus 7 seconds.
Gotta pee so bad.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Some podcasts are like this.
The bodies of 3 hikers were all empty, and their organs were laid out like a Sunday dinner.
And some podcasts are like this.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you why having a large penis ain't always a good thing.
But only one podcast is where you can get in-depth analysis like this.
Oh, you want that to blow up in real life? Fuck it, let's do it.
Oh, you're such a money slut. Take it all.
You want to turn that boy into goo into a fucking helicopter? Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Goo him up a lot.
You are now listening to Cult 45.
This is Beat 'em Down.
And I'm Random Randy Savage.
Find us on all your podcatching apps like Podbean or Spotify. And follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Or just go to www.cult45podcast.com.
Also, check out our YouTube for that sweet, sweet video content.
And for just $3 a month, you can join our Patreon at patreon.com/Cult45podcast for exclusive content and swag. Cult 45, the only podcast that puts hair on your chest.
I've been the verbal Norman Bates since 1998. Sick of all the hate, I'm about to kill them all today. I'm a hip-hop fusion with screws that are loosen, genre abusing, vomit on blueprints. You couldn't box me in a coffin. Locked in, I'm the monster from the trioxin toxin. Don't forget it, I'm a sick, twisted idiot, killing off little kids, say I'm out revision it. Get it, bitch, I'm a Camp Crystal Lake type. Waiting late night, get you with a steak knife. Verbal monster, yeah, you know the rest of it. Crash your slumber party, make a mess of it. I'm on some driller killer maniac ill shit. Duct tape, shovels, drill bits. Say I'm not hip-hop and it's a feud. I'm in a troll 2 mood and you bitches are booed. You don't want it with me because I'm coming and I will not stop until you all are running. I'm bringing the pain, stomping out brains, killing these lanes. Cause I am a monster. I am the man with the visions of death, the bringer of stress, the killer of flesh, the illest and yes, I'm filling requests. So tell me who's next. Cause I am a monster. Yeah, they live. Roddy Piper wasn't lying. I'm about to get violent. So much being silent. I'm a proper blend of attitude and essence, letting out aggression with my vocals as a weapon. So much cookie cutter crap that these kids are calling rap. I just sit back and laugh while they call me an ass. And I'm supposed to just take it, watch you fake it like you're so amazing. I'm the slaughterer known as the monster that's coming for all of you. Pray to your father. Cause I'm sick of all the lame rhymes. I'd kill 99% of you with one line. One lawnmower strapped to my chest plate. Now that's the best way to leave a mess of dead weight. And so it's said I'm the Voorhees of the rap game. Overstay my welcome, but still leaving cats slain. You don't want it with me because I'm coming and I will not stop until you all are running. I'm bringing the pain, stomping out brains, killing these lanes. Cause I am a monster.